it's Elizabeth, and long story short, I moved to Australia. I did. So, since the last time I saw you guys, I graduated high school and packed up everything I own and moved to Sydney, Australia. Why, you may ask, is because I decided to attend Hillsong College. Like, why not, right? Music, me, God, beautiful. So anyways, when I was thinking about coming to Hillsong, I looked far and low on YouTube to try and find some videos, so I know that this video is going to help someone out there because I'm about to give you the gist from 1 to 12. Number 1 is application. I guess I need to apply, right? Just like any other college application. You go online, you find the application, you fill it out. The application honestly is like the easiest thing that I've ever done. Like, it basically was you telling your testimony and then like how you plan to fund yourself while you're here. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that not many people get turned away, so if that's something you're scared about, don't even worry about it. I got a response in like 2 weeks. So that was awesome because I didn't have to wait a long time and I could tell everyone and start funding and start my process. Number 2 is visas. Okay, me and everybody I've talked to had the hardest time with visas. So step 1 for applying for your visa is you need to get your acceptance letter, and then from that point on, you are like in the Australian government system, all that good stuff, and you get to apply for your visa. So once you apply, it does cost money. It usually should come within like 2 to 3 days. Some people it takes years, some people it takes months, or some people it will come in like 2 hours. So it just depends on who you are. Just to make things simpler, you need to apply for a 2-year visa, and I'm only saying 2 years. You can apply for 1 year or like 3 years, but I'm saying 2 years because let me just say that things change once you get here. Everyone always jokes about like the fact that everyone comes planning to stay for a year and they end up staying for like 8. Apply for the 2-year because in the long run it will be cheaper and way easier. Once you get the grant and the visa, it's automatically attached to your passport, so you don't have to print it off. If you want to be safe, I would recommend printing it off and bringing it with you when you fly over. Number 3, I recommend getting here about a week to 2 weeks early. Some people come like 3 months, some people come like the day that school starts, and I would not recommend that at all. For me, it's a 14-hour time difference, so getting adjusted, getting on schedule, getting the lay of the land. You also have to, like the day that you get here, you have to set up your bank account, find your college housing, you have to get your phone plan, like all this stuff done. So it's better to get that done before you start school so that you can have it situated and just kind of settle and sort it out. Number 4, if you were coming during the winter, you may be like, Australia never gets cold, blah, 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 blah. No, trust me, you're gonna freeze your butt off. I came here in July, and if you didn't know already, but the seasons are reversed, so July is actually winter. You freeze your butts off. The houses here aren't insulated, so the walls are like super, super thin, and nobody uses heating here. Like, you have heating, but it costs a ton of money. So as soon as you get here, I recommend getting a heating blanket. Don't bring one from home, it will like explode. You can bring a hot water bottle. I've heard those are really good. If not, you can buy one here for like $9 at the grocery store, Kohl's. But as soon as you get here, buy a heating blanket because they get sold out so quick during the winter months. It is the best investment that I have seriously made all winter. So when the sun does start coming out, let's just say it's like a furnace kind of. And the sun is different, so it like is a lot stronger. One of our instructors said that she's like Italian, so she had olive skin. She never has had to wear sunscreen in her life, and the first time she went to the beach here during the summer, she got like blistered. So if that says anything, make sure that you are lathered up in sunscreen. When coming here, I think it's really smart to have a budget. So think about everything that you need. If you're gonna get a car, then you need a budget out for that. You need Wi-Fi, so my housemate is $9 per person per month. Have a set amount of money that you want to spend on groceries per week. If you like to cook, then maybe a little bit more. If you like to eat out more, maybe ration some towards that. Have a set budget that you're willing to stick to. Also, coffee. Everyone ends up buying coffee, and I was asking my roommates about what kind of things I should put in this video. Haley, she was like, make sure to let them know that you're going to spend a lot of money on coffee, because you will. Trust me. Oh my gosh, do I have lines on my face? I'm so sorry, guys. Lighting's gonna be a little messy, but it's cool. It's whatever. If you have talked to anyone about Hillsong so far, they'll tell you that your style changes when you get here. It's like everyone is so stylish here, so make sure to put some money aside for buying some new clothes, or if you're like in the dance stream, then you might need to buy some workout clothes, you know, just stuff like that. Also, you're going to be walking a lot if you're going in college housing, and if you're not planning on taking the bus every day or getting a car, you're going to be walking like crazy. For me, I have a 35-minute walk every single day, so it's pretty far, and I really recommend buying some really nice good shoes, good walking shoes before you get here. That being said, if you want to take the bus, because public transport is major here, I would recommend getting an Opal card. That's what pretty much everyone does, OPAL card. And basically it's just a card, you can top it up, and then when you get on the bus you scan it, and then you drive to your destination, and then when you get off the bus you scan it also, and it deducts a certain amount, and then you can just get on the bus and do it all over again. Also, if you travel 8 times, or like go on 8 different bus journeys during a week, then you get the rest of the week free. It restarts again whenever it hits Monday, so that's really awesome. And for apps, I really recommend getting TripGo. It's amazing. I have an iPhone, so that's what I use, and it keeps you updated on the bus schedules. You can put in like your address, and then you can see the schedules, and it just works wonders. Number 7, a lot of people wonder about what they're gonna do for phone plans when they get here. And the school, what they do is they give you an Optus SIM card when you get here. Optus is like a network like Verizon or Vodafone or whatever. The Optus plan is like a pay-as-you-go kind of thing, so you pay like $30 for 3 gigabytes and then like unlimited texting and that kind of thing. But for me, I found a different plan. I went with Vodafone, and you can go easily to the store, and they have a student discount. So I pay $35 for 6 gigabytes a month, and I have unlimited calls, text, and then I have like a ton of international call and text minutes, so that's amazing. And so that's such an amazing plan, and I really recommend going with it. That being said, every company business has an app here. I've really noticed that, so I can check my data usage on my Vodafone app, or I can top up my Opal card on the Opal app, or my bank is Westpac and I can look at my bank account. So make sure you get a ton of different apps so that you can keep track of what you're doing and, you know, just like everyday life. Number 8, you may be wondering, what are some things that I should bring when I move to Sydney, Australia? Well, first of all, if you're coming in winter, make sure you bring layers. Lots and lots and lots and lots of layers. If you're wanting to bring bedding, I would recommend getting a double duvet and single sheets. So it's twin beds. Everybody gets a twin bed unless you're buying your own double bed, you know. So I would recommend getting a double duvet cover though, because then it will be bigger, warmer, and just like a lot more comfortable. If you don't want to bring stuff like that, I got mine at Kmart for super cheap, so that's easy too. The adapters here can be quite expensive. I would recommend getting like a 3 or 4 pack from like Amazon for super cheap and having it sent to you before you leave. I already mentioned good walking shoes, and girls, makeup. You want to get your makeup in America or wherever you're from before you come here, because the makeup is so expensive. I have watched Australian YouTubers in the past, and they're like, yeah, the makeup's so expensive, but then I haven't really thought about it, and when I got here I was like, oh my gosh, it's like a normal Maybelline mascara that is usually like $7 will be about $20, and it's just insane. That being said, you will be going to the beach a lot and getting a tan, so make sure you bring a really light foundation or like your current skin tone, and then a little bit of a darker one also. So once you get here, you'll have evaluation day and intensives week. Why can't I say that? Basically, you apply for streams. So there is creative and pastoral. Then creative and pastoral break into like little separate streams. So on creative side, you have TV, media, and production. Then you have worship music, which is like an instrument, and then you have vocals, and you have songwriting, and then you have dance. On pastoral, there's a bunch of different little streams. There's like social justice, teens, there's events, stuff like that. I don't even know the pastoral side, so if you're doing that, I can't really help you lots. But for me, I'm in the creative stream. Once you have decided, if you're not 100% sure on your stream when you get here, it's okay. If you already put something on your application, you can always change it once you get here. The main thing is that when I applied for my songwriting class, they also wanted me to apply for vocals. So I had to audition twice. So if you're doing songwriting or if you are a musician, make sure you have something prepared, like a song, so that you can go in and sing. They usually just want like a verse and a chorus, and it's really not intimidating at all. I thought it would be so scary, but everyone does it and they're super nice, and it's more of like an evaluation to see where you are, less of an audition. So like, don't think of it like an audition, and you will be perfectly fine. We have 3 intensives weeks every single semester. So intensives week is basically like where you guys all come together, creative and pastoral, and you go through the same classes, and every year, first, second, third year, they all learn the same thing. And so right now we're doing teamwork, and we will have our second intensives week on September 5th. Number 10, let's talk about the portal. Basically, the portal is the online place where you can sign on. You make your own little student identifier. They'll send you an email about that, and you can pay for your rent on there and your appliances. Also, it has all your classes, all your information, everything like that is on the portal. What I did is I have a credit card automatically hooked up to pay for my rent and appliances and everything like that, so it just takes it out every single month when it's needed. It also sends you an email for like the confirmation and everything, so that's really helpful. You can also see when you're absent, so if it says that you're absent, or if, because you have little scan ID cards that you have to scan in before each class, and if you accidentally didn't scan in for one, you can take a picture of your notes and send it to the college, and they will verify that you were there or if you weren't. As Joel Hingston said, you cannot break the portal, so just go click everything, go a little bit crazy, because learning, right? So number 11 is practicum and placements. Now practicum is the weirdest word that you will ever hear, but everyone uses it here, and it will become a term that's like super normal to you. Basically, the first week of orientation, you fill out forms saying what you're good at, what you like, what kind of things you have done in the past serving for your church, or just jobs in general, and then they go through and they place you in specific areas. So you'll be serving in 3 different areas. You have Sisterhood and Hillsong Men, which is every Thursday. Then you have your weekend placement, and then you have your actual practicum. So for your weekend placement, you have to serve in 2 services, and then you also have to attend 1 service, so it keeps you really busy. So number 12 is classes. So something really interesting that I found out when I got here is that only 1 day a week is your actual stream. So songwriting I do every single Monday, but for the rest of the week we really don't even touch on songwriting. We do classes all together as a whole. Everyone comes together in first year, first semester, and we do stuff like spirit-filled living, Christian doctrine, like just have these big lectures, and it's a lot of history, and some of it is interesting, some of it's pretty boring. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if stuff interests you, then you'll be really into it, but for me, being a creative person, it's hard for me to listen sometimes. So that was kind of a little bit shocking when I realized that it wasn't all about music. We do have a lot of study of history and stuff like that. The one thing I really do like about it though is that we have things called tutorials. So you have smaller groups and you all split up together, and then you discuss what they talked about in the lecture, and they make it make sense, and then they give you activities to do, and it's really, really awesome. It's a breeze. Another awesome thing is first year, you don't have school on Fridays and Saturdays. And then second year, you don't have school on Mondays, so it's really great, and they make sure that you're still getting your 2 days of weekend each week. So the last thing I want to mention is that there is chapel 3 times a week. First year meets on Monday, and then first, second, third is on Tuesday and Wednesday. So pretty much have chapel almost every single day, because on Thursday you have Sisterhood or Hillsong Men. So you guys are gonna stay busy. But all in all, I think I have been having some really great times here so far. I've gotten to explore a lot of Sydney, which has been really awesome, and learning everything has been crazy. And like I said, if someone had made a video like this before I moved, I would have, it would have been so helpful. So if you have any questions, if you're thinking about moving to Hillsong, or if you just need to know anything about Australia, leave some questions down below, and I would love to answer them for you, because every little helps, right? Every little helps. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and to click the subscribe button wherever it might be. And I will see you next time on Elisabeth Beauty. Is this even, like, this wasn't even a beauty video, but it's cool. It's whatever. Okay.
Hey, I was doing just fine before I met you. I drink too much and that's an issue, but I'm okay.